Hello, I'm Alan, welcome to the Guitar Shack. So today's video I'm going to walk you through the preparation process for this absolutely gorgeous Japanese market, vendor Japan, made in Japan 2008 TL62, so 62 custom, in a Japanese market only ocean turquoise metallic, which is absolutely gorgeous. So it's actually been through the preparation process at this stage, so I'll just walk you through what I've done. So strings are off and getting ready for the strip down. I'm going to separate the neck, I'm going to give it a fret level and crown and polish. I'm going to recut the nut. I've taken the tuners off so I can get in there and give it a good thorough clean. And then I'm going to get inside all the cavities, give it a clean, check all the wiring, and then make sure that I give all the metal work a good clean up as well. So the wiring in these is smaller than US or Mexican. They're smaller pots. I believe, don't quote me on it, but I'm led to believe that Japanese ones are Goto pots. And this switch, although it's plastic bodied, it is listed as a Goto switch when you look up the part number on the internet. So I think they're decent quality. They just they don't look quite as traditional as a US one would. The cavities are a bit dusty, they're not shielded. I have got the 3 wires coming out from the neck pickup, so that's interesting. That could go onto a 4-way switch, and all the pickups themselves are cloth covered wiring, so I'll get in and see what the pickups actually are. As you can see, the bridge is a bit dusty, so I'll give that a good clean. And then once you get into the body cavity itself, so it says TL62 OTM, so that's Ocean Turquoise Metallic. And then you might not be able to see it well, but it looks like 08 11 17. So I think that's dating the body as the 17th of November 2008. So no damage to the body. You can just see a build-up of grime around the pickguard, as you would expect, which I'll get rid of all that, give it a good thorough clean, polish, and just check it all over and then get it all zipped up again. Just having a look at the bridge pickup. There's no identifying marks on it, so I'm not sure what it is. I know that some of these had Japanese pickups, some of these had US pickups, and some of these had, I think, Texas specials. So I've no idea what this is, but I'll do a bit of research and see if we can figure out which ones these are. The other point of interest is that on the brass plate there is a ground wire, and then so that's soldered onto the plate, and then obviously the plate is connected by the screws to the bridge plate, which is then connected to the strings. So that appears to be the only ground from the strings into the ground circuit of the guitar, which is an interesting way of doing things. And there's the neck pickup. It's a bit grubby, needs a bit of a clean. There's no markings on it, so I can't identify which one it is. So I'll do a bit of research. But there's nothing that a good clean won't get rid of. And the bodywork is mint in every respect. It's just a few bits of dust. So I'll give that a good polish up, and it will lustre beautifully. So the bridge is stripped down. We're just going to give it a good clean, get rid of this accumulated crap off it. find that electrical contact cleaner is the best for this particular job. It just sort of cuts through and degreases. And then we've got all the component parts which I'm going to individually degrease and then sort of buff them up a little bit and then put them back. So the next thing I'm going to do is give it a good coat of wax, and as always I give it an extra coat of wax at this stage before I put it back together again. You'll notice from the time lapse that I have cleaned around all the enclosures and all the shuts, and then what I'm going to do is build up a good thick coat or a good couple of coats of wax on the front just to protect all the paintwork before I put the pickguard back on, which I might not do until the end actually, once I've done the setup, and because I need to do the pickup heights, and because I'm going to have to get into to set the truss rod, because it's a vintage style Tele with the truss rod at the body end, which is a charming detail but a total pain in the arse from a setup point of view. But in the meantime we can just bask in the glory of the Ocean Turquoise metallic paint, which is a Japan market only Fender special run. So it's pretty rare in the UK. I've been looking for them and I've only seen a couple of other ones, both on out of date reverb sales some time ago. Let's buff this up. So it's I think it's beautiful. It's a really lovely colour. I'm quite tempted to actually keep this one because it is so rare and because it's just a beautiful guitar. And who doesn't love a bound Tele anyway? But just with this colour, it's just that additional bit of something different, something special. I'm never entirely sure about reissue type guitars as well, because they're so authentic in the details, apart from the plastic switch, that you wonder whether, you know, it's going too far, trying to be something that it's actually not. I mean, it's, at the end of the day, this is not a 1960s Telecaster, this is a Japanese built 2008 Tele. So I think the having a more modern colour on it just has you know, just balances that out nicely. So it's, you know, it's never trying to be something that it's not. It's something of its own and very beautiful as a result. There you go, that's polished. I'll stop boring you now with this and I'll give it another coat and then I'll get it back together. The next thing I'm going to do is get into the bridge. So next up we're going to give the bridge plate a good scrub. It was a bit patchy earlier, so I decided to strip it right down. Sometimes you get away with cleaning it and giving it a good clean while it's in situ, or whether it's still together, but in this case there's just a build up of goop. So I'm using lighter fluid, naphtha, as a degreaser, which obviously won't do the metal any harm, but should hopefully get rid of any gunk and give us a good solid base for cleaning it up. It's amazing the amount of rubbish that builds up on bridges over the years, because obviously they get a lot of sweat and muck, and they're actually quite hard to clean, and which is why they rarely are. And you might argue that, you know, mojo, but I just argue, you know, botulism. So for me, unless it is an actual relic guitar. I'm not going to sort of try and get rid of playware and stuff like that, but I think there's a difference between gunk and sweat and you know, relicking and, you know, attractive wear. So it's all about a balance. I'm never going to get it back to showroom condition. I'm not trying to. I just want to get it in as nice a condition as I can. So that's everything cleaned and the bridge reassembled. So I've cleaned the electrics with contact cleaner. I have got rid of any must and muck and dust from underneath the pick guard and in the cavities. And then I'm gonna put her back together, and I said I would leave the pick guard off, but what I will do is I'll just put it in just to hold everything together, because I'm not going to get around to doing the neck tonight, so I'll be putting it all away in the case for safekeeping. So better to put it all back together, is my theory. Better to get a screwdriver that actually fits. It's definitely the way forward. So, as you can see, I've still got to do the back and the sides from a bodywork point of view, but it's in really good condition. It's come up really well. A couple of tiny divots just there, just tiny little ones. So it's probably in very good condition as opposed to completely mint, but it's somewhere between the two. And I'm sure that some wag will come up with, no, it's not mint, it's turquoise. So here's the neck. The frets have been levelled, crowned and polished, and I've got some fretboard conditioner just sitting on it, letting it work its way in. So I'll get that polished off. And as if by magic, that's all now polished up. So you can see the frets are highly polished, the fretboard's been nicely conditioned, and this is now ready to have the nut installed, have the tuners cleaned and put back on, and then we'll get her strung up and reassembled and set it up. So the guitar comes in its original tweed case. As you can see, the colour sort of changes from blue in some lights through to an aquamarine in others. So it is turquoise basically, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's in really good condition. There's a couple of really minor marks or depressions, but not breaks in the paint finish. And as you can see, it's double bound, 62 custom style. It's got all the traditional 60s style appointments, so it's got a 3-saddle bridge, it's got a really lovely rosewood board, and it's got split post tuners, and it's got an original style heel of the neck truss rod adjustment, which is period correct, and is a complete pain in the arse when you're doing a setup. But this has now been through the process, has been set up, so let me just walk you through what's been done. So it's had my full standard service, which is a deep clean inside all the cavities. It's had 2 coats of wax on the body. It's had the electrics cleaned out with electrical contact cleaner, tested and made sure that they're all working. The neck has had the full strip down. It's had the frets levelled, crowned and polished, and the fretboard has been conditioned, and then it has all been reassembled and then given a full set up with a new set of strings. So the guitar will be up for sale on my Reverb shop shortly, which is allensguitarshack@reverb.com. It'll be packaged well inside its hard case, and postage within the UK will be included within the purchase price. I'm afraid that I don't ship guitars internationally at the moment due to the complexities of exporting, particularly with the rosewood board. So that's it. I hope you found that interesting, and if you did, please like and subscribe. I've got several other Telecasters going through my process at the moment, so I look forward to seeing you back here in the shack soon. Thanks very much.